तो गाइस आज सिर्फ और सिर्फ 47 डेज बचे हैं नीट के लिए, नीट 2025। और मैं अभी पढ़ने जा रहा हूँ बायोलॉजी 4 आवर्स के लिए टोटल। और ये मेरा टाइमर स्टार्ट हो रहा है। इस सेशन में हम लोग बायोलॉजी पढ़ेंगे और वो बायोलॉजी का जो ह्यूमन हेल्थ एंड डिजीज चैप्टर है वो निपटाएंगे और इवोल्यूशन निपटाएंगे। ठीक है, चलिए और इसका क्वेश्चंस भी करेंगे। लेट्स डू इट। Health for a long time Health for a long time was considered as a state of body and mind where there was a balance of certain humors. This is what early Greek thinkers like Hippocrates as well as Indian Ayurveda system of medicine asserted. तो हेल्थ को बहुत लॉन्ग टाइम से कंसिडर किया जाता था कि ये जो बॉडी है वो सर्टेन ह्यूमर्स से बना है। दिस इज व्हाट अर्ली ग्रीक लाइक हिपोक्रेट्स एज वेल एज इंडियन आयुर्वेदा सिस्टम जो कि असर्टेड है ह्यूमर्स से बनता है। इट वाज It was thought that person with black bile belongs to hot personality and would have fevers. It was thought that person with black bile will have hot personality and would have fevers. The discovery of blood circulation by William Harvey using experimental method and the demonstration of normal body temperature in person with black bile using thermometer disproved the good humor hypothesis of health. In later years, biology stated that mind influences through neural system and endocrine system. Our endocrine system and that our body immune system maintains our health. Okay, our endocrine system, neural system. In later years, biology stated that our inner mind influences the endocrine system, our immune system, and that our immune system maintains our health. Hence, mind and mental state can affect our health. Hence, mind and mental state can affect our health. Of course, health is affected by genetic disorders, genetic disorders, deficiency, infections, and lifestyle, including food and water we take, rest and exercise we give to our bodies, habits that we have or lack, etc. Okay. Our health is maintained by neural and endocrine system. Our through in later years stated that mind influences through neural system and endocrine system. Mind influences neural system and endocrine system. And in later years, uh, immune system maintains our health. Immune system maintains our health. Next is our health is affected by genetic disorder, deficiencies with which a child is born, and deficiency defects which the child inherits from parents from birth. Infections and lifestyle, including food and water we take, rest and exercise we give to our bodies, habits that we have or lack, etc. The term health, the term health is frequently used by everybody. How do we define it? Health does not simply mean absence of disease or physical fitness. It could be defined as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well being. Health. The term health is very frequently used by everybody. How do we define it? Health does not simply mean absence of disease or physical fitness. It could be defined as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well being. When people are healthy, they are more efficient at work. This increases productivity and brings economic prosperity. Hygiene, disease, infectious. There are two types of disease, infectious and non infectious. Diseases which are easily transmitted from one person to another are called infectious disease. AIDS and cancer are not infectious disease. Common disease in humans, a wide range of organisms belonging to bacteria, virus, proven healthy are called pathogens. Many parasites therefore are in our body resulting adapt to life and environment. For example, pathogens that enter the gut must know a way to surviving in the stomach at very low pH and resisting the various digestive enzymes. A few representative members from different groups of pathogenic organisms are discussed here along with the disease caused by them. Preventive and control measures against this disease are in general and are also briefly described. Salmonella typhi is a pathogenic bacterium which causes typhoid in fever in human beings. These pathogens generally enter the small intestine. Okay. Salmonella typhi is a pathogenic bacterium causes typhoid fever in human beings. This pathogen enters the small intestine through food and water contaminated with them and migrate to other organs through blood. Sustained high fever 39 to 40 degrees Celsius, weakness, stomach pain, constipation, headache, and loss of appetite are some of the common symptoms of this disease. These pathogens generally enter the small intestine through food and water contaminated with them and migrate to other organs through blood. Sustained high fever 39 to 40 degrees Celsius, weakness, stomach pain, abdominal weakness, stomach pain, constipation, headache, and loss of appetite are some of the common symptoms. Salmonella typhi. Salmonella typhi, typhoid from the name, fever in human beings, pathogen enters in small intestine. Common symptoms: fever, uh, stomach pain, constipation, stomach pain, constipation, headache, and loss of appetite are some of the common symptoms of this disease. Intestinal perforation and death may occur in severe cases. Intestinal perforation and death may occur in certain cases. Typhoid fever could be confirmed by viral test. A classic case of medicine, typhoid Mary Mellon, named Typhoid Mary, is worth mentioning here. She was too cook by profession, and here uh, and she was a cook by profession and was a typhoid carrier who continued to spread typhoid for several years through the food she prepared. Bacteria like Streptococcus pneumoniae and Haemophilus influenza are responsible for the disease pneumonia in humans, which infect the alveoli, air-filled sacs of the lungs. As a result of the infection, the alveoli gets filled with fluid, leading to severe problems in respiration. The symptoms of this disease include fever, chills, cough, and headache. Uh, the pathogen name is Haemophilus. Bacteria like Streptococcus pneumoniae and Haemophilus influenza are responsible for the disease, leading to fluid-filled severe problem in respiration, fever, chills, cough, and headache. Haemophilus influenza, Streptococcus pneumoniae. Common symptoms: fever, chills, cough, headache. In severe cases, lips and fingers nails may turn grey to bluish. Nails and lips turn grey to blue. Severe. A healthy person acquires the infection by inhaling the droplets, aerosols infected by a person, sharing the glasses utensil with an infected person. Dysentery, plague, diphtheria are some other bacterial diseases in man. Dysentery, plague, diphtheria. Dysentery, plague, diphtheria are bacterial disease in man. Some of the disease cause protozoans too. You might have heard about. Okay. Many of the rhinovirus, common cold infection, nerves and respiratory passage, but not the lungs, is characterized by nasal congestion and discharge, sore throat, hoarseness, cough, headache, tiredness, which usually lasts for 3 to 7 days. Droplets resulting. Droplets resulting. The droplets resulting from cough or sneeze of an infected person are either inhaled directly or transmitted through contaminated objects such as pens, books, cups, doorknobs. Okay, some of the malarial disease protozoans too. You might have heard about malaria. Vivax, Plasmodium tiny is also a disease. Plasmodium P. vivax, P. falciparum, and Plasmodium P. vivax, P. malaria, and P. falciparum. P. vivax, P. malaria, and P. falciparum. P. vivax, P. malaria, and P. falciparum are responsible of the disease. Toxic. The parasites initially. Acha. Let us take glance. Plasmodium enters the human body as sporozoites. Infected the Anopheles mosquito, the parasite initially multiply within the liver cell and then attack the red blood cell, resulting in the rupture of their RBC that multiply in red blood cell. Initially enter in liver cell. The rupture RBC is associated with the release of toxic substance hemozoin, which is responsible for the chill and high fever recurring every 3 to 4 days. When a female anopheles mosquito bites an infected person, then this parasite enters the mosquito body and undergo further development. The parasite multiply within them to form sporozoites that are stored in the salivary glands. When this mosquito bite a human, the sporozoites are introduced into his or body through the events mentioned above. It is interesting to note that malarial parasite requires two hosts, human and mosquito, to complete its life cycle. Plasmodium enters the human body as sporozoites. Plasmodium enters human body as sporozoites, and infected person. Plasmodium enters the human body. The parasite initially then initially multiply in liver cell, then attack RBC, rupture RBC, release hemozoin. CS, fever, chill, high fever and chill, high fever and chill. High fever and chill. Drinking water and okay. Entamoeba histolytica is a protozoan in the large intestine, causes amoeboisis dysentery. Entamoeba histolytica. Symptoms of this disease include Entamoeba histolytica. Entamoeba histolytica causes symptom protozoan parasite in the large intestine. Protozoan parasite in the large intestine of humans, which causes amoebiasis, amoeboic dysentery. Symptoms of the disease include constipation, abdominal pain, cramps, stools with excess mucus, and blood clots. Housefly act as a mechanical carrier and survive to transmit the parasite from faces of the infected person to food product, thereby contaminating them. Drinking them water contaminated by fecal matter are the main source of infection. Entamoeba histolytica causes amoeboic dysentery. Amoeboic dysentery include common symptoms include constipation, abdominal pain, headache, cramps, stools with excess cramps, Stools with excess mucus and blood clots. Stools with excess mucus and blood clots. That's it. Housefly act as mechanical carrier. Housefly act as mechanical carrier. Okay. Food and water. Ascaris, the common roundworm, and Wicheria, the filarial worm, are some of the elements which are known to be pathogenic to man. Ascaris, an intestinal parasite, causes ascariasis. Some of these diseases include internal bleeding and muscular pain, fever, anemia, and blockage of the intestinal passage. Ascariasis, a filarial worm. Ascariasis, a filarial worm, an intestinal parasite, causes ascariasis. Symptoms of this disease include internal bleeding, muscular pain, fever, anemia, and blockage of the intestinal passage. The eggs are the excreted uh, person from contaminated soil and contaminated water, vegetables, fruits, etc. Ascariasis. Symptoms of this disease include internal bleeding, muscular pain, fever, anemia, and blockage of the intestinal passage. Common symptom fever, internal bleeding, muscular pain, anemia. Fever, internal bleeding, muscular pain, anemia, and intestinal passage and blockage of intestinal passage. Blockage of intestinal passage from contaminated water, vegetable and fruits. From water, veg and fruits. Next is Wicheria, the filarial worm, causes slowly developing chronic inflammation of the organs in which they live for many years, usually the lymphatic vessel from the lower limbs, and disease is called elephantiasis. Elephantiasis. And the genital organs are also affected, resulting in gross deformities. The pathogens are transferred to a healthy person through a bite of female Anopheles mosquito. Female mosquito vectors. Elephantiasis. Chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammation caused by female vector mosquito. And many fungi belonging to genera Microsporum, Trichophyton, and Epidermophyton are responsible for ringworms, which is elephantiasis causes filarial worm. Many ringworms, which is one of the most common diseases in man's appearance of dry, scaly lesions on various parts of body, such as skin, nails. These lesions are accompanied by many microbes belong to genera Microsporum and Trichophyton ringworms. Ringworms: Microsporum, Trichophyton, and Epidermophyton. Microsporum, Trichophyton, and Epidermophyton. most common infectious disease in man? Between the toes. Ringworms are generally occurred from soil or by using towels, cloths, or even the comb of the infected individual. Maintenance of person and public hygiene is very important. Measure of public hygiene includes proper disposal of waste, periodic cleaning water, air, sewage tanks, in case of airborne disease, pneumonia, cold cold. Okay, okay. Now, public hygiene includes proper disposal of waste and excreta, proper cleaning and disinfection of water reservoirs, maintenance of কে না না So for diseases such as malaria and filariasis that are transmitted through insect vectors, the most important measure is to control or eliminate the vector and their breeding places. This can be achieved by avoiding stagnation of water in and around residential areas, regular cleaning of household coolers, use of mosquito nets, introducing fishes like gambusia in ponds that feed mosquito larvae, spraying of insecticides in ditches, drainage areas, and swamps. In addition, doors and windows should be provided with wire mesh to prevent the entry of mosquitoes. Such precautions have become all very important, especially in the light of the recent widespread incident of vector-borne diseases, Aedes and mosquito diseases like dengue and chikungunya in any other parts of India. The advancement made in digital biological science have armed us to effectively treat with many infectious diseases. The use of vaccines and deadly small like smallpox, a large number of other infectious diseases like polio, diphtheria, pneumonia, and tetanus have been controlled by a large extent. And biotechnology is the verge of making available newer and safer vaccine. Discovery of antibiotics and various other drugs has also enabled us to effectively treat infectious disease. Next is immunity. Today, immunity, every day we are exposed to a large number of infectious agents. However, only a few of these exposures result in the disease. This is due to the fact that the body is able to defend itself from most of these foreign agents called immunity. Immunity is of two types: innate immunity and acquired immunity. Innate immunity is a non-specific type of defense that is present at the time of birth. Innate immunity is a non-specific type of defense that is present at the time of birth. This is accomplished by providing certain different types of barrier to the entry of foreign agents into our body. Innate immunity consists of four types: physical barriers, psychological barrier, cellular barrier, and cytokine barrier. Physical barrier: skin, mucus coating epithelium lining the respiratory, gastrointestinal tract, and urogenital tract, also helps in trapping microbes entering our body. Acids in the psychological barrier: acids in the stomach, saliva in the mouth, tears from eyes, all prevent microbial growth. Acids in the stomach and tears in the mucus. Microbial cellular barrier: certain leukocyte WBC of body like polymorphonucleoside, monocyte, natural killers in the blood, as well as macrophages in tissues can phagocyte and destroy microbes. Cytokine barrier: virus infected cells secrete proteins called interferons which protect non-infected cells from further viral infection. So this was all about innate immunity. Acquired Acquired immunity, on the other hand, is a pathogenic specific. It is characterized by memory. This means that body, when it encounters the first pathogen for the first time, produces a response called primary response, which is of low intensity. Subsequent encounter with the same pathogen elicit a highly intensified secondary or anamnestic response. This is ascribed the fact that our body appears to a memory for the first encounter. The primary and the secondary immune responses are carried out with the help of two special types of lymphocytes present in our blood, that is B lymphocyte and T lymphocyte. The B lymphocyte produce an army of proteins in response to a pathogen that our blood to fight with them. Army of proteins. The B lymphocyte produce an army of proteins in response to pathogen in the blood to fight with them. These proteins are called antibodies. The T cell responds with the do not secrete, the T cells do not itself secrete antibodies, but help B cells to produce them. If B cell is the student who is qualifying, who is making high score in NEET, the T cell is providing them to qualify more. The T cell are the teachers who are helping to make more and more marks. So B is the student and T is the teacher. Each antibody molecule has a 4 peptide chains, 2 small chain called light chains and 2 longer chains called heavy chains. Hence, an antibody is represented as antigen is represented as H2L2. Different types of antibodies are produced in our body, that are IgA, IgM, IgE, IgG are some of them. A cartoon of an antibody is given. Because of these antibodies are found in blood, the response is called humoral immune response. This is one of the two types of acquired immune response, antibody cell mediated. The second type is called the cell mediated immune response or cell mediated immunity. If the T lymphocytes mediate CMI. Very often, some immune organ, heart, eye, liver, kidney fail to function, and transplantation is the only remedy to enable the patient to live a normal life. Then such begins for so IgA, the antibodies like IgA, IgM, and IgM. Antibodies like IgE, IgM, IgG, IgA, HMI, CMI, cell mediated immunity, T lymphocyte mediated immunity, and is called heart, eye, liver, kidney. Okay. Now next is grafts from just any source, an animal and the primate donor cannot be made, since the grafts would be rejected sooner or later. Tissue matching, blood group matching are essential before undertaking any graft or transplant, and even after this patient has to take immunosuppressant is all her life. The body is able to remain self and non-self, and the cell-mediated immune response is responsible for graft rejection. Active and passive immunity. When the host is exposed to antigen, which may be in the form of living or dead microbes or other proteins, antibodies are produced in the host body. This type of immunity is called active immunity. This type of immunity is called active immunity. When the host is exposed to antigen, which may be in the form of living or dead microbes or other proteins, antibodies are produced in the host body. This type of when the divine dead when the host is exposed to antigen in the form of living or dead microbes or other proteins, antibodies are produced in the host body. This type of immunity is called active. Active immunity is slow and takes time to give its full effective response. Injecting the microbes deliberately during immunization or infection organism gaining access to body during natural infection. When ready-made antibodies are directly given to protect the body from foreign is called passive. The yellowish fluid cholesterol IgA to protect the infant যেটা আছে সেটা হচ্ছে IgA cholesterol to protect the infant. The fetus also receives some iron from their mother through the placenta during pregnancy. The fetus silently receive during these are some example of passive immunity. Vaccination and immunization. The type of immunization or vaccination is based on the property of memory of the immune system. In vaccination, a preparation of antigenic protein of pathogen or inactivated weakened pathogen vaccine are introduced in the body. These pathogen and antibodies produced in the body against these antigens would neutralize the pathogenic agents during actual infection. The vaccine also generates memory B and T cells that recognize the pathogen quickly on subsequent exposures and overwhelm the inmates to massive production of antibodies. মন্তমাসি ওই যে করোনার যে ভ্যাকসিন ওটা তোমার ওই ভ্যাকসিনটা দিয়েছে ওটা রক্ষা কর ওটা কিভাবে রক্ষা করবে জানো লোকেদের এত সাইড এফেক্ট হচ্ছে তার কারণ হচ্ছে করোনা যে ভাইরাসটা আছে না যেটা বাদুড় থেকে তৈরি হয়েছে তো সেম ভাইরাসটা তোমার শিম্পাঞ্জি থেকেও তৈরি হয় এবার ওই শিম্পাঞ্জির রক্ত থেকে নিয়ে ওই ভাইরাসটা আমাদের শরীর না আগে ধরো মানে একটা জার্মস ঢুকলো সেইটা পরের বার তাড়াতাড়ি মারে একবার প্রথমে তোমার শরীর খারাপ হয়ে যাবে ধরো টাইফয়েডের তুমি গিয়ে সব ভ্যাকসিন ট্যাকসিন নিয়ে এলে তো শরীর চিনে গেল এরপরেই টাইফয়েডের যে জামটা ঢুকবে সঙ্গে সঙ্গে মেরে দেবে তোমার আর হবে না টাইফয়েড ওই জন্য একবার হলে আর হয় না তো শরীরের শারীরিক বেড়ে যায় তো ওই আমাদের তো করোনা ছিল না শিম্পাঞ্জির জামটা আমরা ঢুকিয়ে নিলাম উল্টে আবার যাতে অ্যাকচুয়াল করোনা হলে ওটা মারতে পারে আর লোকেদের করোনা হয়নি কিন্তু ওই এবার ওটা হয়তো বেশি মাত্রা বা গড়বড় করে দিয়ে দিয়েছে তাই জন্য লোকেদের সাইড এফেক্ট হচ্ছে খুব জয়েন্ট ব্যথা আর হার্টের রোগ খুব বেড়ে গেছে লোকের বলছে আর বেশি হচ্ছে জয়েন্ট ব্যথা লোকেদের ম্যাক্সিমাম আর ড্যাডিও করোনার সময় খুবই ঘুরেছে ড্যাডির নালে জয়েন্টে ব্যথা এত ছেলেদের তো হয়ই না আর্থারাইটিস ড্যাডির কি করে হচ্ছে তো ড্যাডি প্রচুর ঘুরে হচ্ছে তা আমরা সুস্থ ছিলাম জাম ঢুকিয়ে দিয়েছি হ্যাঁ ওই জন্য ভ্যাকসিন নিলে খুব বুঝে শুনে নিতে হবে মানে শরীর খারাপ ছিল না ঢুকিয়ে নিলাম কি গো খুব চেঁচিয়ে চেঁচিয়ে কথা হচ্ছে তোমাদের
त्याने की नाही सापडा नाही मुहूर्त
मी लेक्चर म्हणा तो अभी वैक्सीनेशन एंड इम्यूनाइजेशन में चल रहे हैं।
का उत्पादन
Which subject are you studying? I am studying biology. Ruma Chakraborty, I am studying biology. Class 12. Where are you from, Ruma Chakraborty? Okay, you are from Durgapur. Thank you for commenting, Ruma Chakraborty, and subscribe this channel. It will be helpful for me.
কাটে দাও
নিয়ে কাছে নিয়ে তুমি কেন করে নিয়ে রেখো
দাঁড়াও না খুঁজছে একটা কাজ করছে তুমি আবার এরা
ওকে নিতে কি হয়েছে কাজ করছে তো স্যার ছেড়ে দে
ঠিক বাঁধতে পারেনি জানিস একদম বাজে রোদ খুব ছিল আগের বার আমরা ভালো মেরেছি কোথা দিয়ে মেরেছি পারেনি তো ওই জন্য
জড়িয়ে দিয়েছে
হ্যাঁ
চারটে বাজলে পৌঁছে
ওই গেট খোলা খায়
নেট না সরি বাদ
অত করিস না
কেন খাচ্ছিস কেন মাসি
Vaccination and immunization is the property based on the memory of the immune system. In vaccination, a preparation of antigenic proteins, pathogen or inactivated weakened pathogen vaccine are introduced into the body. Thus, antibodies produced in uh, the body against this antigen would neutralize the pathogenic agents during the actual infection. The vaccines are also generated B and T cells that recognize into the pathogen quickly, and subsequently exposure of the subsequent exposure of the overwhelm in if person is infected with some deadly microbes to which quick immune response is required, as in tetanus, we need to directly inject the performed antibodies or antioxin. Even in some cases of snakebite, the injection which is given to patients contain performed antibodies against the snake venom. This type of immunization is called passive immunization. Recombinant DNA technology has allowed the production of antigenic polypeptides of pathogenic bacteria or yeast. Vaccine produced using this approach allow large-scale production and hence greater availability for immunization. Hepatitis B vaccine is produced from yeast. Allergies. When you have gone to a new places and suddenly you start sneezing, wheezing for no explained reason and you went away, your symptoms disappear. Some of us are sensitive to some particles in the environment. Some of particles are sensitive to the environment. The substance to which such an immune response is produced are called allergens. The antibody produced are these IgE type. Common example of allergens are mites in dust, pollens, animal danders, etc. Some symptoms of allergic reaction include sneezing, watery eyes, running nose, and difficulty in breathing. Allergy is due to the release of chemicals like histamine, serotonin from the mast cells. For determining the cause of allergy, the patient is exposed to or injected with very small doses of possible allergens and the reaction studied. The use of drugs like antihistamine, adrenaline, and steroids quickly reduce the symptoms of allergy. Antihistamine, adrenaline. Somehow, modern-day lifestyle has resulted in lowering of immunity and more sensitivity to allergens. More and more children in metro cities of India suffer from allergies and asthma due to sensitive of the environment. This could be because of the protected environment provided early in life. Autoimmunity, memory-based acquired immunity might evolve in higher vertebrates based on the ability to differentiate foreign organisms, example pathogens, from cells. While we still do not understand the basis of these true color is the ability to understand one higher vertebrates can distinguish foreign molecules as well as foreign organisms. Most of the experimental immunology deals with the aspect too, sometimes due to genetic and other unknown reasons. The body attacks self cells. This results in damage of the body and is called autoimmune disease. Rheumatoid arthritis, which affects many people in the society, is an autoimmune disease. Immune system in the body helps to consist of lymphoid organs, tissue cells, and soluble molecules like antibodies. As you have read, the immune system is unique in the sense that it recognizes foreign antigens, responds to these, and remembers them. The immune system also plays an important role in allergic reactions, autoimmune disease, and organ transplantation. Lymphoid organs, these are the organs where origin or maturation on proliferation of lymphocyte occur and proliferation of lymphocyte occur. The primary lymphoid organs are bone marrow and thymus. The immune system consists of lymphoid organ, tissue, cells, and soluble molecules like antibodies. Lymphoid organs, these are at the origin or maturation of oil. The primary lymphoid organs are bone marrow and thymus, where immature lymphocytes differentiate. Bone marrow and thymus, where immature lymphoids are differentiated. Lymphoid organs, tissue, cells, and soluble molecules like antibodies. Lymphoid organs, tissue, cells, and soluble molecules like these are the organs where origin or maturation or proliferation of lymphocytes occur. The primary lymphoid organs are bone marrow and thymus. Primary lymphoid organs are bone marrow and thymus, where immature lymphocytes differentiate into antigen sensitivity lymphocyte. After maturation, the lymphocyte migrate to secondary lymphoid organs like spleen, lymphodes, lymphocyte where immature lymphocyte differentiate into antigen sensitive lymphocyte. into antigen sensitive lymphocyte. After maturation, lymphocytes migrate to secondary organs. After maturation, lymphocytes migrate to secondary organs. Okay, like spleen, lymph nodes, like spleen, lymph nodes, tonsils, Pierce patches of small intestine and appendix. The secondary lymphoid organ provides the site for the interaction of lymphocyte with antigen, uh, which then proliferate to become effector cells. The location of various lymphoid organs in the human body are shown. The bone marrow is the main lymphoid organ where all blood cells, including lymphocytes, are produced. The thymus is a lobed organ located near the heart and beneath the breastbone. The thymus is quite large at the time of birth but keeps reducing in size with age, and by the time of puberty it reduces to a very small size. Both bone marrow and thymus provide microenvironments for the development and maturation of T lymphocyte. The spleen is a large bean-shaped organ. It mainly contains lymphocyte and phagocyte. It acts as a filter for the blood for trapping blood-borne microorganisms. Spleen has a large reservoir of erythrocytes. The lymph nodes are small solid structures located at different points about the lymphatic system. Lymph nodes serve to trap the microorganisms or other antigen which helps to get into lymph and tissue fluid. Antigens trapped in the lymph are responsible for the activation of lymphocyte present there and cause the immune response. Now AIDS. The word AIDS stands for acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. Okay, let's revise lymphocyte one more time. Lymphoid organs, these organs which are the origin and maturation and proliferation occurs. The lymphocyte organs are bone marrow and thymus where immature lymphocyte differentiate into antigen sensitive lymphocyte. After maturation, the lymphocyte migrate to lymphoid organs like spleen, lymph nodes, tonsils, Pierce patches of small intestine and appendix. The secondary lymphoid organ provide the site of interaction of lymphocyte with the antigen, which then proliferate to become effector cells. The location of the various lymphoid organs in the human body is shown in figure 8.5. The bone marrow is the main lymphoid organ where all blood cells, including lymphocytes, are produced. The thymus is a lobed organ near the heart and beneath the breastbone. The thymus is quite large at the time of birth but keeps reducing in size with age, and by the time of puberty it attends to reduce very small size. Both bone marrow and thymus provide microenvironments for the development and maturation of T lymphocyte. The spleen is a large bean-shaped organ. It mainly contains lymphocyte and phagocyte. It acts as a filter of the blood by trapping blood-borne microorganisms. Spleen also has a large reservoir of erythrocytes. The spleen lymph nodes are small solid structures located at different points along with the lymphatic system. Lymph nodes serve to trap the microorganisms or other antigens which happen to get into the lymph and tissue fluid. Lymph nodes serve to trap. Acha. Lymph nodes serve to trap the microorganism or other antigen which happen to get into the lymph and tissue fluid. The spleen is a large which traps lymphocytes and it acts as a filter of the blood by blood trapping organism. This tissue fluid digestive the Lymphatic tissue also lining up the major tract, respiratory, digestive, and urogenital tracts cause mucosa malt. It consists of 50% of the lymphoid tissue in the human body. 50% of the lymphoid. Arey, 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 arey. The word AIDS. Ah, spleen. Blood-borne microorganisms trap. Lymph. Microorganisms trap. Tissue fluid. Malt. 50%. Now we will read about AIDS. Then AIDS, cancer, drugs and alcohol abuse, adolescence. First we have to so we will complete first drugs, then we will complete AIDS and cancer. Okay, drugs. Survey and statistics show that use of drugs and alcohol has been on the rise, especially among the youth. Surveys and statistics show that the use of drugs and alcohol has been on the rise, especially among the youth. This is really a cause of concern as it could result in many harmful effects. Proper education and guidance should enable the youth to safeguard themselves against these dangerous behavior patterns and follow healthy lifestyle. The drugs which are commonly used are opioids, cannabinoids, and coca alkaloids. Majority of these are obtained from flowering plants, some of the obtained from fungi. For the drugs which are commonly used, common drugs, opioids, cannabinoids, and coca alkaloids. Majority of these are obtained from flowering plants. Opioids are the drug which bind to specific opioid receptor present in our central nervous system. Present in our central nervous system. Opioids present in the central nervous system. Okay. Opioids present in the central nervous system. Opioids are present in the CNS. And gastrointestinal tract. Opioids are present in and gastrointestinal tracts. Heroin, commonly used as smack, is a chemically diencephaline. अच्छा, opioids receptor, CNS and gas tract. अच्छा, heroin heroin, commonly called smack, obtained from chemically dienacetylene, which is a white odorless bitter crystalline, white odorless bitter crystalline, white odorless bitter crystalline compound. This is obtained from acetylation of morphine, which is extracted from the latex poppy plant. Obtained from acetylation of morphine, which is extracted from the latex of the poppy plant, which is extracted from latex of poppy plant, that is Papaver somniferum. Papaver somniferum. Okay. Cannabinoids are a group of chemicals which interact with cannabinoid present in the brain. Natural cannabinoids are obtained from the inflorescence of plant Cannabis sativa. Cannabinoids obtained from inflorescence, cannabis sativa, and the flower tops, leaves, the resin of cannabis plant are used in various combinations to produce the flower tops, leaves, and the resin of cannabis. The flower tops cannabis sativa, flower tops, leaves, and the resins of cannabis. Flower tops, leaves, and resins of the cannabis uh, the cannabis plant are used in various combinations to produce marijuana. Are used in various combinations to produce marijuana, hashish, charas, ganja. Generally taken by inhalation and oral ingestion, these are the known for the effects of cardiovascular system of the body. Generally taken as oral inhalation or oral ingestion. Inhalation, oral. Skeletal structure of cannabinoids molecule. Okay, so this is the whole drugs. Coca, no, not over. Coca alkaloid or cocaine is obtained from cocoa plant Erythroxylin coca native to South America. Okay, let's revise. Common drugs: opioids, cannabis, coca alkaloid. Opioids are have receptor in the brain, CNS, and gastrointestinal tract. Heroin, smack, white, odorless, bitter, crystalline, often from acetylation of morphine, which is extracted from the latex of the poppy plant, Papaver somniferum. Cannabinoids obtained from inflorescence of the cannabis sativa. Cannabinoids, flower tops, leaves, and resins used in cannabis are used in various combinations to produce marijuana, hashish, charas, ganja, generally taken by inhalation or oral ingestion. Okay. Now the next is coca alkaloids, and it is over. Coca alkaloids, this cocaine is obtained from coca plant Erythroxylin coca native to South America. It interferes with the transport of neurotransmitter dopamine. Cocaine, commonly called coke or crack, is usually snorted. It has a potent stimulating action on CNS, producing sense of euphoria and increased energy. Excessive doses of cocaine cause hallucination. Other well-known plants with hallucinogenic properties with Atapa, belladonna, and datura. They also contain drugs like barbiturates, amphetamines, benzoin, and other similar drugs that are normally used as medicines to help patients cope with mental illness and insomnia are often abused. Morphine is a very effective sedative and painkiller and is very useful in patients who have undergone surgery. Several plants, morphine and several plants, fruit and seeds having hallucinogenic properties have been used for hundreds of years in folk medicine, religious ceremony. Okay. Now let's discuss about flowering plant branch. Okay. Coca alkaline, cocoa. Uh, Coca alkaloids commonly called as obtained from cooking or coca alkaloid or cooking erythroxylum cocoa obtained from coca plant or erythroxylum coca. Next is hallucinogenic properties. Acha, snorted taken by snorted causes hallucinogenic properties, increased energy, increased energy in neuro interferes with neurotransmitter and other well-known hallucinogens. Coke producing a sense of euphoria, produce sense of euphoria. Other hallucinogenic well-known plants properties are other plants hallucination, atropa, belladonna, and datura. अच्छा, mental illness, depression drugs are known as barbiturates, amphetamines, barbiturates, amphiturate and benzodiazepine. Amphetamines, third, benzodiazepines. ব্যাস এইটুকুই ড্রাগস আর কিচ্ছু নেই. Smoking also paves the way. Hard tobacco has been used by human beings more than 400 years. It is smoked, chewed, or used as a snuff. Tobacco contains a large number of chemical substances, including nicotine and alkaloid. Nicotine stimulates adrenal gland to release adrenaline. Nicotine tobacco and large chemicals including nicotine and alkaloids stimulate adrenal gland to release adrenaline and non-adrenaline into the blood circulation, both which raise BP and increase heart rate. Smoking is associated with increased incidence of cancers of lung, urinary bladder and throat, bronchitis, emphysema, coronary artery disease, gastric ulcer, etc. Tobacco chewing is associated with risk of cancer and oral cavity. Smoking increases carbon monoxide content in blood and reduces the concentration of hemobound oxygen. This causes oxygen deficiency in the body. Okay, when one buys packets of cigarette, one can miss the statutory warning that is present on the packaging. There is once. Okay, adolescence and drug alcohol abuse. এটা হয়ে গেছে 4 ঘন্টা লেগে গেল না কি রে ভাই, টাইম নষ্ট করেছি। ও ওখানে 2 ঘন্টা আছে, 4 ঘন্টা না লেগে যায়। আহ, হুম, আহ, এইখানে per day. So let's revise. Common drugs: opioids, cannabinoids. Cannabinoids obtained from inflorocannabis of sativa inflorescent, cannabis sativa flower. Cannabis sativa obtained from flower tops, leaves, and resins in the cannabis plant, used in various combinations to produce marijuana, hashish, charas, ganja. Generally taken by inhalation or oral. Okay. And heroin by smack, white odorless color, obtained from acetylation of morphine, which is extracted from latex of poppy plant, papaver, sedum. Coca alkaloids, cocaine, erectus, snorted, hallucinogenic property, increased energy with neurotransmitter, producers of euphoria, other plants hallucination, beladopa, during the barbiturates and benazine are other hallucinogenic plants. Okay, next. Adolescent means both a period and adolescent period. Curiosity needs for problem to trying to cool or the perception among you that is cool or progressive to smoke. Progressive to smoke, use drugs, alcohol in a major cause of these habits. Television, movies, newspaper, addiction and dependence হচ্ছে এখানে আসবে the receptor respond only to higher doses of drugs or alcohol, leading to greater intake and addiction. The receptor respond to only higher doses and addiction, greater for runner addiction. Hi Daya. Yes, I know Hindi. Yes, I know Hindi. Daya Kishan Sharma. I know Hindi. Where are you from, Daya Kishan Sharma? Dependence with the withdrawal manifest withdrawal symptoms. Okay. Thank you, Daya Kishan Sharma. Okay. Effects of drug and alcohol abuse. Let's start. The immediate adverse effects of drug and alcohol abuse are manifested in the form of reckless behavior, vandalism, and violence. Excessive dosage of drugs may lead to coma and bye bye. Excessive dosage of drugs may lead to coma and death due to respiratory failure, heart failure, cerebral hemorrhage, a combination of drugs of their intake, alcohol along with alcohol generally resulting in overdosing and in even deaths. The most common warning signs of drug and alcohol abuse among youth include drop in academic performance, unexplained absence from school or college, lack of interest in personal hygiene, withdrawal, isolation, depression, fatigue, aggressive and rebellious behavior is a relationship with family and friends, loss of interest in hobbying, change in sleeping and eating habits, fluctuations in weight, appetite, etc. There may even some far-reaching implications of drug alcohol abuse. If an abuser is unable to get money to buy drug, he or she may turn to stealing. The adverse effects are just not restricted to the person who is using drug. At the times, the drug alcohol addict may become the cause of mental and financial distress to entire family and friends. Those who take drug intravenously by direct injection into the vein using a needle are much more likely to acquire serious infections like AIDS and Hep B. The virus which are responsible for this disease are transferred from one person to another by sharing of infected needles and syringes. Both AIDS and hepatitis B infections are chronic infections and ultimately fatal. Both can be transmitted through sexual contact or infected blood. The use of alcohol during adolescence may have been long-term effects. It could lead to heavy drinking in adulthood. The chronic use of drugs and alcohol damages nervous system and liver. The use of drugs and alcohol during pregnancy is also known the adversely effect of the fetus. Another misuse of drugs is the sports person due to enhance their performance. These misuse narcotics, analgesics, anabolic steroids, diuretics, and certain hormones in sport to increase muscle strength and bulk and promote the aggressiveness and as a result increase athletic performance. The side effects are featured like males including masculination, increased aggressiveness, mood swings, depression, abnormal menstrual cycle, excessive hair growth, and body increased aggressiveness. Okay, kidney and liver dysfunctions, sperm production potential, breast enlargement, premature baldness, enlargement of the prostate gland. These effects may be permanent with prolonged use in adolescent male or female, severe facial and bone body acne, and premature closure of growth centers of long bones may result in stunted growth. Prevention and control. The age of old prevention is better than cure holds true here also. It is also that habits such as smoking, taking drugs, or alcohol are more likely to be taken up at a young age, more during adolescence. Hence, it is the best to identify the situation that may push an adolescent towards the use of drug and to take remedial measures well in the time it is regard. The parents and teachers have a special responsibility. Avoid peer pressure, education and counseling, seeking help from parents and peers, looking for danger signs, seeking professional medical help. Done. Now the two जो बचा था एड्स और कैंसर्स वो अभी हम देखने वाले हैं फटाक से. ये थोड़ा हार्ड था इसलिए इसको पहले हम लोग कर लिए. Let's start now. AIDS. The word AIDS stands for acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. The deficiency immune system occurring during the lifetime of the individual, resulting in not a congenital disease. Symptoms means a group of symptoms. AIDS was first reported in 1981 and is last 25 years ago, so it has spread all over the world, killing more than 25 million persons. Is this caused by human immunodeficiency virus, a member of group of viruses called retrovirus, which have an envelope enclosing the RNA genome. Transmission of HIV infection generally occurs by sexual contact with infected person or by transfusion of contaminated blood and blood products, by sharing infected needles in drug abusers who have multiple child from infected mother to a child through placenta. Sexual partners who take drugs intravenously, individuals who require repeated Blood transfusion and children born to an HIV infected person. Do you know when do people such need repeated blood transfusion? Find out the list of such conditions. It is important to know that HIV or AIDS is not spread by mere touch or physical contact, it spreads only through body fluids. Hence, it is the imperative for the physical and psychological well being. If the coffee shop worker has all of the staffs of coffee shop has AIDS virus in them, if they serve to healthy individuals, do they get infected chances of healthy individuals? If the staff workers saliva or sweat poured in the coffee, then there is a chance. And if somehow a small percentage blood is mixed with the food they are providing, then so why we cannot destroy the HIV virus in infected person by heating their blood in a machine and then return to the body? Blood cell contain red blood cell, white blood cell, all of them which are get damaged or destroyed by heat. If you heat the blood, you would kill all these essential, making the blood useless. Proteins and enzymes get destroyed. Blood contains protein like hemoglobin. No safe way to reintroduce heated blood. Even if we could separate the heat, just the plasma returning to the body without damaging the patient's immune system would be extremely difficult. Alternative treatment instead of heating blood, modern way control it with antiviral therapy. These drugs stop the virus from multiplying, allowing patients to live long, healthy lives would needing some extreme procedure. Blood transfusion is not a cure. Even if we replaced all blood with clean replaced person's blood with clean blood. HIV hides in immune cells and organs like the brain and lymph nodes. The virus would come just back after the transfusion. Oh, bone marrow transplant with rare genetic mutation.
कि शोभित भैया तो 28 से लेकर 10 के बीच में पढ़ाने आएंगे और वो ऐसा पढ़ा देंगे किसी के बस की नहीं होगी पढ़ानी। मैं फिर बोल रहा हूँ, मैं इस तरह से रिसर्च कर रहा हूँ, मैं यहाँ पे घूम तो जरूर रहा हूँ एक एक काम के लिए, पर मेरे साथ में ना हर एक रिसर्च चल रही है और उस रिसर्च के साथ में तुम्हें पढ़ा दूंगा कि हमेशा किसी के बस की नहीं होगी। कि शोभित भैया तो 28 से लेकर 10 के बीच में पढ़ाने आएंगे और वो ऐसा पढ़ा देंगे किसी के बस की नहीं होगी पढ़ानी। मैं फिर बोल रहा हूँ, मैं इस तरह से रिसर्च कर रहा हूँ, मैं यहाँ पे घूम तो जरूर रहा हूँ एक एक काम के लिए, पर मेरे साथ में ना और उस रिसर्च के साथ में तुम्हें पढ़ा दूंगा कि हमेशा किसके बस की नहीं। अमेरिका माता की जीसस द खालसा, जीसस की फतेह। आप सब लोगों को बहुत बहुत हैप्पी होली। आज ही के दिन गांधी जी ने हम सबको, हम सारे गौरव को अपने देश से बाहर निकाल दिया था आज ही के दिन गांधी जी ने। और एक बार फिर आप सब लोगों को ईद मुबारक। अब की बार मोदी सरकार, अमेरिका माता की जय। जीसस द खालसा, जीसस की फतेह। आप सब लोगों को बहुत बहुत हैप्पी। सर अक्षर कहाँ है? हाय, तो कुछ लिखा है वो पेश किया है। हाय, तो people will be regarded more as statistics than as actual people. I don't think it's going to be so nice. Sort of all machines everywhere, everyone doing everything for you. You'll get all bored. I don't think it'll be so nice. I think it's going to be very boring. And everything will be the same. I mean, people will be the same. Things will be the same. First of all, those computers are taking over now. Computers and automation. And in the year 2000, there just won't be enough jobs to go around. And the only jobs there will be for people with high HQ, high IQ who can work computers and such things. And other people are just not going to have jobs. There just aren't going to be jobs for them to have. I think it'll be people will be regarded more as statistics than as actual people. I don't think it's going to be so nice. Sort of all machines everywhere, everyone doing everything for you. You'll get all bored. I don't think it'll be so nice. I think it's going to be very boring.
লিফটে একটা সুবিধা হচ্ছে যে চাইল্ড লক আছে। বাচ্চারা সব সময় যদি চলে তাহলে তাদের
से तू प्यार पहले प्यार दी पहली कहानी बदलावी विच जाके भी ना बदली जानी मन विच ऐसी राजा तू क्यों ना मेरी बनी है ना
ওকে, বাপরে আর 1 ঘন্টা। ইভলিউশন কি করে পড়বো জানি না, তো এখানে ছেড়ে দিই, নষ্ট করে ফেললাম টাইম। After getting into the body of the person, the virus enters into macrophages where RNA genome of the virus replicates to form viral DNA. With the help of the enzyme reverse transcriptase, the viral DNA gets incorporated into host cells DNA and direct the infected cells to produce virus particle. The macrophages continue to produce virus. In this way, acts like a HIV factory. Simultaneously, HIV enters into helper T lymphocyte, replicates and produces progeny viruses. The progeny viruses released in the blood attack other helper T lymphocyte. This is repeated, leading to a progressive decrease in the number of helper T lymphocyte in the body of the infected person. During this the person suffers from bouts of fever, diarrhea and weight loss. Due to decrease in the number of helper T lymphocyte, the person starts suffering from infections that could have otherwise overcome, such as due to bacteria, especially mycobacterium viruses, fungi and even parasites like toxoplasma. The patient becomes so immunodeficient that he or she is unable to protect himself against these infections. Widely used, that is ELISA, enzyme linked immunosorbent, is a diagnostic test. Treatment for AIDS with retroviral drugs, they can only prolong the life, that the person cannot prevent death, which is inevitable. Prevention of AIDS, as AIDS has no cure, prevention is the best option. Moreover, HIV infection often spreads due to conscious behavior patterns and is not something that happens inadvertently like pneumonia or typhoid. Of course, infection, blood transfusion patients, newborns, and some other may take place due to poor monitoring. The only excuse may be ignorance, and it has been rightly says, "Don't die of ignorance." In our country, National AIDS Control Organization and other non-governmental organizations are doing a lot to educate people about the AIDS, who has started a number of programs to prevent the spreading of HIV infection, making blood from blood banks safe from HIV, ensuring the use of only disposable needles and syringes in public and private hospitals and clinics, free distribution of condoms, controlling drug abuse, advocating safe sex, and promoting regular checkups for HIV in susceptible population are taken up. After getting into the body, the virus enters the macrophages. Enters into the macrophages where RNA genome of the virus replicates it to form viral DNA. Macrophages where RNA genome of the virus replicates to form viral DNA. Replicates to form viral DNA with the help of enzymes reverse transcriptase. The viral DNA gets incorporated into host cell's DNA. Host cells DNA and direct infected cells to produce virus particles. ব্যাস এইটুকুই, আর কিছু এতে নেই। চলো হয়ে গেছে। এবার আমরা পড়বো ক্যান্সার। ক্যান্সার is one of the deadliest disease of humans and is a major cause of death, and more than a million Indians suffer from cancer and a large number of them die from it annually. The mechanism that underline development of cancer or oncogenic transformation of cells, this treatment and control have been some of the most intense areas of research in biology and medicine. In our body, cell growth and differentiation is highly controlled and regulated. In cancer cells, there is a breakdown of this regulatory mechanism. Normal cells show a property called contact inhibition, by virtue which other cells inhibit the uncontrolled growth. Cancer cells appear to have lost this property, contact inhibition. As a result of this, cancer are two types, benign and malignant. Benign tumors normally remain confined to their original location and do not spread to the other parts of the body and cause little damage. The malignant tumors, on the other hand, causes mass proliferating cells, other neoplastic or tumor cell. These cells grow very rapidly, invading and damaging the surrounding normal tissue as this cell divide and more rapidly and damaging the surrounding cell. Grow they combating viral nutrients. Vital cells slot from such tumors reach distant sites through blood, and wherever they get lodged in the body, they start a new tumor there. This property is called metastasis. Is the most feared property of malignant tumors. Causes of cancer: transfusion of normal cells into cancer cells. Neoplastic cells may be induced by physical, chemical, or biological agents. These agents are called carcinogens. Ionizing radiations. Ionizing radiations like X-rays and gamma rays are non-ionizing radiations like UV cause damage DNA to neoplastic formation. The chemical carcinogens present in tobacco have been used as major cause of lung cancer, and cancer causing viruses called oncogenic viruses are generally viral oncogens. Furthermore, several cellular oncogens or proto-oncogens have been identified in normal cells which when activated under certain conditions could lead to oncogenic transformation of the cell. Furthermore, several genes called cellular oncogens or proto-oncogens. Cancer detection and diagnosis. Early detection of cancer is essential as it allows disease to be successfully treated. Cancer in the blood marrow. For cell count in the case of leukemia, biopsy a piece of suspected tissue cut into thin sections by a pathologist. Techniques like radiography, use of X-ray, computer MRI are very useful. X-ray general dimension. Antibodies against cancer of ceci are used for detection of certain cancer. Techniques of molecular biology can apply to detect genes. Individuals with inherited susceptibility to certain cancer. Identification of such genes which predispose in cancer may be very helpful. Treatment of cancer. The cover for treatment of cancer such as surgery, immunotherapy. In addition, tumor cells are radiated lethally, taking proper care of the normal tissues surrounding it. Several chemotherapeutic drugs are used to kill cancerous cells. Some of these are specific for particular tumors, radiotherapy and chemotherapy. Therefore, patients are given substance called biological response modifiers such as alpha interferon with the immune system and helps in destroying the tumor. Immunotherapy is known as. Okay, so this is all about. And Faraday, it means small cheat codes are there. So one, mind influences neural and endocrine system. Immune system maintains our a quick revision in 10 minutes. Okay, mind influences neural system, endocrine system, immune system maintains our health. हाँ भाई बढ़िया हो अजान. अभी आप कैसे हो अजान? ठीक ठाक चल रहा है अभी. बढ़िया. चलिए, बहुत अच्छा. आपके मम्मी पापा कैसे हैं? बढ़िया है सब. बढ़िया है जी. Salmonella typhi pathogen causes entry into small intestine, cause common symptoms fever, stomach pain, constipation, headache, and loss of appetite. Intestinal perforation may occur. Death. Haemophilus influenza common symptom fever, chill, cough, headache. Nails turn bluish to gray. Dysentery, plague, diphtheria, other bacterial disease. Plasmodium এখান থেকে protozoan start. Human blood as sporozoites initially multiply in liver cell, then attack RBC, red blood cell, attack ruptured RBC, secrete hemojoin, toxic substance, fever and chills. Next is entamoeba histolytica, amoebic dysentery, constipation and abdominal cramps, stool with excess mucus and blood clots. Housefly act as mechanical carrier in food and water. Ascari, common symptom fever, internal bleeding, muscular pain, anemia, blockage of elephantiasis, chronic inflammation, cause female mosquito inflammation, filarial worm. Ringworm, Microsporum, Trichophyton, and antibodies IgE, IgM, IgG are humoral immune response. IgA is used in colostrum for breast milk. Okay, IgA. And IgE is the allergen. CMI, mediated response. T lymphocyte mediated response. Okay. Now next is immune system, lymphoid organ, tissue cells, and soluble molecules like antibodies. Primary lymphoid organs, bone marrow, and thymus, where immature lymphocytes differentiate into antigen-sensitive lymphocyte after maturation. Okay. AIDS virus enters into macrophages where RNA engine of the virus replicates to form viral DNA with the help of enzyme reverse transcriptase. The viral DNA gets incorporated into host cells DNA and direct infected cells to produce viral pathogens. Commonly drug used can antibodies MAC white colorless oral Bristol crystalline obtained from acetylation of morphine. Okay, opioids, CNS and gastrointestinal. Heroin, smack, white or less obtained from morphine, which is extracted from latex of poppy plant, papers and cannabinoids obtained from indoor cannabis sativa. Cannabis sativa or leaves and resins of the cannabis plant are used in various combinations to produce marijuana, hashish, ganja, generally taken in inhalation and oral. Coca alkaloids, coca plant, erythrocytes, snorted hallucinogenic increase energy, interfere with neurotransmitter, produce sense of euphoria. Other plant hallucinogenic atropa, belladonna, datura, depression of drugs, barbiturates, amphetamines, and benzodiazepines. Okay, so this was all the 3 minutes taken to revise the lymphoid spleen, blood, bone microorganism, lymph microorganism. Primary lymphoid organ, thymus, where immature lymphocyte divides into antigen sensitive lymphocyte. After mature, migrate to other organs. Completed human disease. Now let's do some questions. क्रिस्टियानो रोनाल्डो, अच्छा कैसे हो आप? हाँ भाई याद आया. अभिनव सिंह कैसे हो? मैं बढ़िया हूँ अभिनव सिंह. हाँ भाई पहचाना. आप कमेंट करते हैं अभिनव सिंह. थैंक यू. आप कमेंट करते हैं, आप सब्सक्राइब किए. Yes, I'm studying for NEET. I'm studying for NEET. क्रिस्टियानो रोनाल्डो, आप किस चीज का स्टडी कर रहे हो? सीए. बहुत बढ़िया. सीए के लिए पढ़ाई कर रहे हो आप. बहुत बढ़िया. अच्छे से पढ़िए, आप उस एग्जाम में अच्छे से पास हो, मैं यही चाहता हूँ.
लो माय शिमरिंग स्टार्स, क्या हालचाल मेरे चमकते सितारों। मैं तहे दिल से आपका स्वागत करती हूँ आपके अपने प्लेटफॉर्म फिजिक्स वाला पर और आपके अपने बैच नीट अल्टीमेट क्रैश कोर्स 2.0 में। आज बेटा जी हम करने जा रहे हैं आईयूपीएससी नॉमेनक्लेचर का लेक्चर नंबर 3। आई होप सो आप सभी बहुत बेहतरीन होंगे, बहुत बढ़िया होंगे। चलिए शुरू करते हैं आज की इस पर्टिकुलर क्लास को। तो बेटा जैसे कि आप सभी बच्चे जानते हैं हमने नॉमेनक्लेचर पढ़ना स्टार्ट कर दिया था। आज हम
चलिए अभी हमको पढ़ना पड़ेगा और 1 घंटा बाकी है। पहले पीवाईक्यू कितना है देख लेते हैं। तो 21 क्वेश्चन है, लगता है जल्दी जल्दी हो जाएगा। चलिए शुरू करते हैं बिना किसी डैश के। In which blood corpuscle HIV undergoes? Okay, it is very easy. Heroin. Heroin is a slow down body function. No. Cocaine. Cocaine interferes with transport of dopamine. Morphine. Morphine is a painkiller. D3, C4, C4, D3, C4, D3, C4, D3. Ringworm. Ringworm is a filarial worm, causes elephantiasis. Malaria is a C4 and pneumonia 1. The C4D1, C4D1, C4D. Oh my god. Filariasis. Ringworm. Wicheria bangotif B2, C4B2. Select the incorrect statement with respect to acquired immunity. Acquired immunity is a non-specific type of defense present at the time of birth. Primary response is produced when our body encounters a pathogen for the first time. Primary response is produced when our body encounters a pathogen for the first time. Correct. Anesthetic response either subsequent or same pathogen is due to memory of first encounter. Anamnestic. C. Given below are the two statements. Autoimmune disorder is a condition where body defense mechanism recognize its own cells as foreign bodies. True. Rheumatoid is a condition where body does not attack cell stress. Statement 1 is true and statement 2 is incorrect. Statement 1 is correct but statement 2 is incorrect. Identify the correct pair representing the causative agent of typhoid fever and the confirmatory test for typhoid. Vidal test, Streptococcus pneumonia, no, Salmonella typhi and Vidal test. Colostrum, the earliest food secreted by mother during the initial days of lactation, is very essential to impart immunity to the newborn infants because it contains immunoglobulin A. Which of the following immune response is responsible for the rejection of kidney graft? Inflammatory means cell-mediated immune response. Drug called heroin is synthesized by acetylation of morphine. Given below, aspirin and paracetamol belong to class of narcotic and false. Morphine and non-narcotic analgesics. false. Both statements are incorrect. Both are semi-honest. Both is correct. Both statements 1 and 2 are false. Filariasis, again same question. Filariasis, trichophyton, amoeboisis. Amoeboisis, which area brand enta-amoeba histolytica is known as amoeboisis? B4, pneumonia. B4C1, B4C1, B4 D2, B4C1 D2, B4C1 D2, B4C1 D2, B4C1 D2. Match the column with disease with causative agents and select the correct option. Typhoid, Wucheria, Salmonella, typhoid, uh, typhoid 1 3 1 3 2 4 1 3 2 4 4 2 1 3 2 4 4 1 3 2 4 4 2 1 3 2 4 4 2. Correct option is option A. The infectious stage of Plasmodium that enters human body as anyway the wrong statement. When ready-made antibodies are directly given it is called passive immunity, right? Active immunity is quick and gives full response. False. Fetus receives some antibodies from mother, it is a passive immunity. True. When exposed to an antibody produced the host body, it is called active immunity. So B is false. The earliest fluid consecrated by mammary glands and mother IgA to this type is called, this type of immunity is called passive immunity. Cooking is obtained from no, cooking is obtained from erythroislum. A3. B is obtained from acetylation of morphine, poppy plant. B4. A3 B4. Morphine C1. A3 B4 C1. A3 B4 C1 D2. D2. Okay. Common cold 9O. A3. Hemozoin malaria. Plasmodium. A3B1. Yes, A3B1. A3B1. Okay. Typhoid. Typhoid is a typhoid is a ringworm. Leishmaniasis nematode. Okay. Typhoid is a protozoan disease. A3 B1 fungus. C4 bacteria. Don't know, it is better to skip this question. Bone marrow is the main lymphoid organ where all blood cells including lymphocytes are produced. Bone marrow is the main lymphoid organ. Both bone marrow provide microenvironments for the development of mature of lymphocyte. Yes, both bone marrow and thymus. Both statement 1 and 2 are correct, but it is better to skip this question. Malignant tumors. Metastasis. Malt is alpha interference. A3D1. A3D1. A3D1 B4. A3D1 B4. B lymphocyte, alpha interference. D cholesterol. D1 T lymphocyte. D1C3, D1C3, D1C3. Done. 61 out of 84. Incorrect 3. Skipped 5. How much incorrect? Oh, it was confusing. Acquired immunity is a non-A. Now 46 minutes left. Which chapter we should complete in this 46 minute? Let me discuss. Okay, let's complete microbes in human welfare. It is very small chapter. Let's take a pee break. Hello guys, I am ending this session. I am not reading microbes in health today, so I will doing the next live session after 1 hour from 2:30 or 3 p.m. Okay, bye bye. Hello guys, this is the I'm ending this session and I will do live session in the next 3 p.m. Bye.